Okay, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Dion. I've set over 300 appointments in the past year. Every time I do a pitch, which means I ask for the appointment, there is a 50% chance that I set an appointment with a homeowner. Every single time I set an appointment, there's about a 1 in 4 chance that it'll go to a close. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what to say if a homeowner says, asked if you work for the utility company. I'm going to show you how I tell the homeowner I'm selling solar, as well as what I do right after I tell the homeowner I'm selling solar. All right, let's get into it.
He's got a bad foot right now,
Oh,
so
okay.
he's gimping around.
You can pick them up if he needs to.
You can pick him up.
No, I'm just kidding. He can, I can.
Oh, no.
Hey, sorry, we're the ones handling the utility.
So this is important. If you ever have a spouse, get their other spouse to come to the door, you have to repitch them. It's okay if the spouse overhears you, hears the exact same thing again, but especially if it's the decision maker, you want to redo essentially everything, maybe a little bit shorter to catch them up to speed, which is what I do right here.
Projects running energy reports. We were just supposed to talk to a couple of the homeowners. You guys moved in.
Yeah.
When you ended up buying and moving in, do you know which rate plan you ended up choosing through APS for the electricity?
The budget one.
The budget?
Yeah.
Okay. Because with the budget one, they're still charging you about 17 to about 20 cents. So essentially all we're supposed to do is we're supposed to showcase this new program. So with APS, they just charge you a lot less. So typically on a yearly average, it saves you about 20 to 30%. And I know they're just doing probably budget billing from the last couple months you guys have been here.
Yeah.
So
They just up the amount.
yeah. So how much are you paying on average, would you say?
We were paying 169. Now it's 451.
Oh, perfect. I'm just kidding. That's it. But
I'm like, are you kidding me?
But yeah, so that's the problem. There's all those junk fees on the back on the last page of the bill.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, on average, it decreases your bill about 20 to 30%. And then the main reason why people are looking into it, though, I mean, you guys just bought the home. I assume you don't plan on moving out tomorrow, right?
No.
Okay. So for the rest of the time you actually end up living here, not only are you going to be receiving a lower utility bill, but anytime they do a rate increase, they just did one this past year for 20%, you guys would actually be fully exempt from it. So essentially, anytime they do a rate increase, you guys would be protected. But how this new program works, though, it's a renewable energy program. I'm sure, as you know, renewable energy comes from the wind, sun, rivers, right?
So I should have mentioned this earlier, but the first thing you want to do is you want to build a problem. You want to showcase a problem. If they can't see a problem, and he had a clear problem, they were on the budget billing and it was $169 a month and it went up to like $300. So that is someone who has currently, who's just that is someone who can benefit from solar. Maybe he wouldn't have done it at, if he was paying $169 a month, but essentially overnight, his bill tripled. So the fact that I'm coming back here and saying, hey, it's going to continue to go up, we can bring it lower and it'll never go up again. That's showcasing a problem to him, and that's actually bringing him value. So these are the people you actually want to talk to, because you can't fix something that's not broken. So, worst case scenario, you build up this problem and people just don't see it. That's fine. They're not the person you're trying to sell to. You got to go to the next person, build up the problem. And if they do have a problem, if they do have a pain point, then that's something you can actually provide value to.
The only thing is the county, they don't want us putting big windmills in people's yards. You guys don't have a river in your backyard?
A what?
River?
River?
No?
No.
Sure.
And they don't want you to do what?
The windmills.
Oh, the windmills, yeah.
So essentially what we've been doing instead, I don't know if you've seen our trucks or vans or any of the other neighbors' homes. We're the ones putting up the solar panels on the roofs, the resource.
So right after you tell them it's solar, you want to differentiate yourself from all the 20 people they talked to before, or the 5 people in the past month. And how I do that is I bring it up first. So I'm like, hey, the difference between all the other programs in the past, some things you may have seen, anyone else you've heard anything from, this is something completely different, which is what I do right here.
Only difference though from the programs in the past versus now, this one's fully government funded. So you don't have to take out a loan, you don't have to pay cash. If you qualify for the funding, all the equipment, all the labor, all the installation costs, that's all covered by the government.
So this differentiates yourself from the other 20 people that hit the door. So one more thing you want to do is you want to give them a new offer. Now that kind of sucks if, the solar company you're working for only has one offer. The one I work with, we can do essentially anything another company can do, which is the super nice part about it. So if they're like, I don't want a loan, I don't want a lease, I don't want a purchase power agreement, I can quickly switch over, build more value into whatever one they want, whatever one they heard was a good idea. That way, when I come back in the home, I put myself in a good place. I give the customer exactly what they want. I tailor it to their needs. Now, right after you differentiate yourself, and you give them a new offer, you want to do a pullback. So you want to take away that value. You're like, hey, I don't know if this would work for you. And how I do it is I'm like, hey, if you qualify, we're able to do X, Y, and Z. But you have to qualify first. So now they're thinking, how do I qualify? And I'm not going to tell them unless they ask me, but I'm not going to tell them. I'm just going to say, hey, if you qualify, we can do A, B, C, X, Y, Z for you. However, we do have to sit down and show you what the information looks like. Sound fair?
And essentially doesn't mean it's free, all you would agree to is just buying your energy at a cheaper rate than what you're currently paying APS right now.
So if you say it's government funded, everything's covered, you always want to make sure that they know it's not free. So right in that instance, I can tell they're interested. So I have to pull back and I have to be like, okay, I know it sounds way too good to be true. It's not free. You still have to pay for something, but instead of paying APS, you're going to pay a cheaper rate of your energy. That's all you would agree to.
Make sense?
So what do we pay?
So you just pay like I was showing you.
So it's not a lease?
Yeah.
So it's called a purchase power agreement. There's a couple different options, but the whole idea is you would stop paying APS and you just redirect that same amount towards something that would be a lower fixed cost, and there'd be an end date to it. And you would end up owning, increase the value of the home. But essentially, all we've been doing, we've just been sitting down with a couple of your neighbors, just showing them what they're paying right now, what it would look like if they did end up switching on to the new program. And if everything makes sense and you guys want to enroll, cool, we'd be the ones to help you out. But at the end of the day, it's your guys' house, your guys' decision. We just show you that information, and then you guys would decide if this is something you want to do or not.
So you're not affiliated with APS?
Yeah.
So this is really important right here. So he just asked me a question. And just to summarize his question, it's, are you with the utility company? So what this means, this is actually a trick question, because in the prospect's mind, they have buckets and you can't just give them a straightforward answer. If you say, yes, I'm with the utility company, you're lying. If you say, no, I'm not with the utility company, they put you in bucket 2, where they validate themselves to leave the conversation or to stop listening to you and shut the door. So those 2 buckets are bad. And now what you want to do instead is you want to put yourself in the 3rd bucket. And so this is what I do right here. And what the 3rd bucket is you don't answer with a yes or no. You just tell them what you're doing and who your company is with.
Oh yeah, no.
Who are you?
So the company we work for is Freedom Forever. We're the installer. We still have to go through APS because they own the meter on the side of your house. So it's just their program. We're the ones that actually do the installation of the panels. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. But yeah.
So that's it. It's, hey, the company I work for is so and so. The program, the net metering program, the net billing program, is still through APS. We're just the actual installer. You still have to go through APS in order to put you on their program. Does that make sense? We're just the installer. So this builds a lot more trust because, yeah, technically that's true. The solar company does have to work to some standard with the utility company, but you never want to say that you work for the utility company. You're working with the utility company. just let them know that, hey, our company still has to go through them in order to do this project for you. This decreases sales resistance, it builds more trust, and it lets them know that you're an expert. And then right after, you don't pause, you transition. I say, does that make sense to you guys? They say, yes, that makes sense. And I say, okay. And I'm about to ask for the appointment one more time.
Like I was saying, I don't even get a yes or no from you right now. All I would do, I would just pencil in the time to come back here, actually show you the facts, figures, numbers. Once you guys have that in front of you, you can decide if this is something you even want to do or not.
Sure, take a look at it.
Yeah,
Okay.
please look at it.
Cool.
We talked about solar.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's a pretty short video. You know, my whole goal is if you can take one thing out of this video that could help you get one extra deal a month, that's my job. Now, in the description below, there are frameworks, there are word tracks, and there's a link to my other social media platforms that have more valuable information like this. I appreciate your time. Hopefully by watching this, I was able to give you a new framework, a new idea, something that could help you get one more deal a month. That's my whole goal with making these videos, is to give you as much valuable and applicable information as possible from real experience in today's market, because that's what I figure, that's usually what helps out a lot of the people on my team. But anyways, like and subscribe. Appreciate your time. Catch you later.